like to welcome Sarah Burslem to the show.
Hi Sue, nice to see you.
Thank you.
All
Right,
in
Sarah.
purple, all in purple I see.
Yes. Right, I've got a question for you. How long have you worked at MacIntyre and what do you do?
Well, Sue, that's a bit of a state secret how long I've worked for MacIntyre.
30.
Oh, yeah, long time. Few decades. I started my very long journey with MacIntyre as a project manager in Leicester.
Mm.
I've done various roles. I've been an area manager, I've been an operational director, a support director, managing director, and now I'm the chief executive of MacIntyre, which
Wow.
which is a fantastic job. And I think that there's lots of people, and you'll know most of them, Sue, who have worked in MacIntyre, maybe not quite as long as me, or there's a couple that have worked as long as me, who have got a similar story where they started in one job and they've moved on to lots of other
Yeah.
jobs. And when I get this question, I sort of have a couple of reflections really. One is
Mm.
MacIntyre is such a fantastic place to live, learn, and work. So it
Yeah.
gets under your skin. So
Mm.
once you're here, you never want to go, would be my first reflection.
Well,
The second reflection is just how good we are as an organisation in enabling someone to sort of work their whole career through one
yeah.
organisations. We have so many different types of things that we do. We have
Mm.
children in schools, we have our FE programme, support adults in adult social care. So you can have one career with MacIntyre doing lots of lovely things.
Okay. Thanks, Sarah. Right, this one. Tell us about the DNA and how it came about.
Okay, so yeah, our DNA, incredibly important to us. I mean, every organization has a way of doing things.
Mm.
And the way that we do things is underpinned by a set of principles, expected behaviors, and sometimes we
Mm.
call that a shared value base. It's the thing that makes us different to other organizations. We use the term DNA because I think people, when they hear the word DNA, think about something that is integral to you, something that makes you very, very different. You know, it is very, very unique to you. So what's unique to MacIntyre is our DNA. And the foundations of our DNA were set in place by our founders, Ken and Marjorie Newton-Wright, who 60 years ago were very ambitious for disabled children, wanted disabled children to have equal access to a fantastic education and to live in a loving, nurturing environment. And that essence of MacIntyre was sort of grown then 60 years ago. So I feel that, we protected that DNA for the last 60 years, and we want to protect it for the next 60 years. So in order to protect something that can be a little bit sort of fluffy and a little bit hard to explain, we thought, well, actually, if we can really, really pinpoint on one sheet of paper, how do we describe and how do we break down our DNA? That would be really, really helpful for everybody who draws on our support, everyone who attends our schools, everybody who we employ, to be really, really clear about the essence of MacIntyre. And our vision is for all people with a learning disability to live a life that makes sense to them.
Yeah.
We then have a purpose. So, well, actually, what does it all mean? What's it all for? And our purpose is that people who draw on MacIntyre support have gloriously ordinary lives, living the life they choose, using their gifts, skills and talents, to contribute and connect to people in their local neighbourhood. MacIntyre invests in and helps shape neighbourhoods to be inclusive and welcoming spaces for everyone. So that's our purpose.
Yes.
And then we have a set of principles. So the things that really speak to the things that for us are non-negotiable, the things that everybody has to sign up to. And they are that we are ambitious for ourselves and each other. Everyone has a voice and is listened to.
Yeah.
We keep on learning. We want equality. Everyone feels safe and in control. We value friends, family, and neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And then lastly, but by no means least, we set out the behaviors, the way that all of us will behave. And they are, we will always be honest, we'll be respectful, we'll have fun,
Yeah.
we'll be compassionate and kind. And that every interaction that we have with each other will be a great interaction.
Okay, thanks, Sarah. Right, next question. How do you see social care moving forward in the future?
Great question. There's quite a lot of negativity about social care at the moment, and I stop myself and I urge all of us not to go down that negative road, really, Sue, because I think we have to be far more ambitious and we have to be really, really hopeful about the future of social care. And the reason why I'm hopeful is I think that we've got some absolute fantastic examples of people, disabled people, living great lives.
Yeah.
So what we have to do is we have to help people who may draw on social care in the future, people who may want to come and work with us, and politicians and policymakers really, really share that ambition, and to really understand and see examples of people living great lives, people living lives that make sense to them, people living lives that include making a contribution to their local neighborhood, living with people who you love, having loads of interests, using your skills and talents. To me, that is what good social care looks like.
Yeah, same as me, actually. I've got a glorious life, haven't I? So.
And I have to say, Sue, that if you don't mind me saying, I'm glad that you think you lead a gloriously ordinary life, but I also think that you are somebody who is so hopeful and so ambitious.
Yeah.
That and a fantastic advocate for what good living a good life looks like. So we all need a little bit of your optimism and your hope. Actually.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. That's very nice. Right. What is the best part of your job?
So it's one aspect of my job is sort of like being the guardian for our history and our legacy and our DNA. And actually, that's the bit that I love about my job the most. And then I guess coming a close second to that would be I also feel very responsible for making sure that you and everybody else who draws on MacIntyre support has the very, very, very best support that they can. Which means that we need to work with you to ensure that we recruit the right people.
Yeah.
And that what we're seeing in recent years is that quite often they are people who will share an interest of yours, and they may not necessarily have experience of working in traditional social care. We're trying to be very much more creative about how we get the right people.
Yeah.
In our workforce, and that's really exciting. And I think that's quite a new a new approach, and it's working. We've got very, very few vacancies now within our workforce, which is fantastic. And of course, once you get wonderful colleagues through the door, we've then got to keep them.
Right, thank you, Sarah. That's really good. Right, Sarah, I'd like to thank you for coming on the Sui-Ling show.
Thank you for having me, Sue, and as ever, lovely to see you.